two notable taunting penalties in the Cowboys-Chargers game this past weekend, and now other coaches are speaking out about the emphasis on enforcing this rule. Yesterday, Seahawks coach Pete Carroll said that the league, quote, opened up a bit of a can of worms, and then added, you've got a lot of guys that have to deal with those explosive moments, and they've got to really turn their focus away from the opponent. It's a good thought. It's just hard to manage it. So, Shannon, have the refs gone too far with this?
Of course. And that's what the NFL is. This is their way of saying, look, we're going to do what we want to do, and we don't care what you say. You just play football. Because I can assure you, I don't remember no fans. Because, Skip, and for me, taunting. So how is Lamar Jackson looking back at the defense, flipping in the end zone, not taunting? How is it that the defense can get an interception, run all the way down to the other end zone and look into the camera, but that's not taunting?
Yep.
A defensive back, Skip, he knocks the play down, he stands up and does this right over the receiver. That's not taunting. But a DB breaks the ball up and gets up to like, yeah, that's what I did. That's taunting. Now, I get what Keenan Allen did, Skip, that's textbook. He got the ball. Skip, you can't follow the man walking away, you followed him.
He followed the man.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that's textbook.
Okay, and Jared Cook stood over the fallen defender and was...
Spun the ball right at his feet and right in his face. And like, I mix you. Come on. Okay, I get that. But come on, Skip, they going too far with this. Because before, it was the fans that said, you always preach team. But the moment the teammates try to celebrate together, you throw a flag. So you want them to be a team in one aspect, but when it comes to celebration, you want them to be individuals when you say you want the individuality out of the sport. So they relax that. Ain't nobody talking about no taunting. Nobody thought taunting was getting out of hand.
Except for John Mara. Remember we talked about it a month ago on this show. Remember what he said? Quote from John Mara, Giants owner. We get kind of sick and tired of the taunting that goes on from time to time on the field. And he was part of the competition committee, so they re-emphasize. It's the rule's been on the books forever. Yeah,
but John Mara is that old white man that
Correct.
This is what ain't nobody say. Ain't nobody, Skip, I can see guys were fighting you, guys were shoving each other and things like that. That was not the case.
And just for the record, I'm pretty sure out there's some older black men who don't like taunting either. Some of the old school.
But Skip, me getting emotion, I get a big first down and I go first down. I'm not taunting you. I'm excited. I'm getting my team pumped up. I'm getting my crowd pumped up. Ain't got nothing to do with you.
Nope.
But like I said, Skip, they have 11. They only had 9 all of last year, and you got 11 in the first 2 weeks. Where is this heading? So now you trying to make me bottle my emotion. You can't play this game without emotion.
Okay.
That don't mean you can't keep it in check, but you got to have emotion to play this game.
Okay. I am very with you on everything you just said. But Pete Carroll's point is that the re-emphasis on the rule is about directing your emotion at the fallen player or whoever you've just victimized. That's what they're trying to stop. And I don't have a problem with stopping that. And Pete Carroll says, I don't like it either. He says it's a good thought, but it's hard to manage, to your point, because he's trying to teach in practice his players to direct their emotion away from the victimized opponent, right? Like direct it away, turn away, and you can do whatever you want. You can celebrate.
Then it becomes scripted. Okay. Because now, instead of just being reactionary, Skip, I've done something good. I'm celebrating in the moment. Oh, he on the ground right there. I can't let him see me.
Okay. All right. But even you said, Keenan Allen, you're going to throw a flag on Keenan Allen.
You can't follow, Skip. The guy walking away. You can't walk. You can't keep following the guy and getting his face and basically going face mask to face mask with the guy.
All right. And the Jared Cook is 50-50 to me because it's funny to me, even though it's at the expense of my guy.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's pretty blatant. It's pretty over the top, right on the fallen defender, right, that you just victimized.
Right.
So I get it. Remember, this league is so arch-conservative, and image is everything, and they do have to be concerned about the people who run the companies who buy the advertising, right? And there's some of those old guard who don't love the direct, it's the piling on, it's the showing up, it's the rubbing in. That's what they don't like.
But guess what, Skip? The people that advertise with them, It's the people that's watching the game that buy those products. That's why you advertise it, because you know the people that's watching those games are going to be watching those commercials during the intermission.
Okay, but even you admit there's this fine line where you can't cross the fine line into blatant. It's just what I would call taunting somebody you just beat.
Skip, so what's flipping in the end zone? If I'm looking back at the guy and I'm flipping the end zone, that's not taunting.
Remember Tyreek did it to Tampa, and then remember Antoine Winfield Jr. got him back in the Super Bowl.
Now, Skip, that was time. I get that. Now, when you run up to a guy, you're not even in the play, and because the guy is fourth down, and you run up in the play and do that again, okay, I get that, Skip.
By then, the game had been decided.
Right. But Skip, I'm just saying, what Winfield Jr. did, he wasn't involved in that play.
He was not.
I get that. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying when I make a play and it's instantaneous, I'm celebrating. Well, Michael Irvin would have got Taunting because all he did was first down every catch he made.
Okay, but they're saying that's fine as long as you don't direct it at the guy you beat.
Skip, well, he right there.
Well, as long as your energy goes away from him, the Jared Cook is you are taunting the man on the ground.
Well, how about I do
Keenan Allen is following the defender.
How about this, Skip? I tell Ava, man, get out this shot. I'm about to do something right quick. Get up. Get up. Get out the way.
Well,
I need to do this.
Okay, but I think we're actually on the same page here because you know and I know when it is blatant taunting.
Right, yes.
And you say, that's okay, throw the flag on that.
Yes.
What usually happens...
What the DB did, Skip, what the DB did in Seattle, that's not taunting.
Not taunting. I agree. I am totally with you. This is called the universe is trying to correct itself.
Right.
Where the officials are under fire now, the referees, because they've gotten memos saying crack down on this.
Right.
This is a point of emphasis.
Right.
So they're taking the old taunting rule and they're saying we got to call it. And so they are overreacting.
They're overcorrecting.
They're going over the edge.
Yes.
And they're just humans. And so they're like, I don't know, because you're asking them to make instantaneous subjective calls on is it or isn't. And they're told to, when in doubt, throw the flag because after, I don't know, maybe they'll get another memo after a month, maybe after first 4 or 5 games. And maybe the next memo will say, back off a little bit. We made our point. We tried to reset the table here a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now let's see if everybody sort of falls back into a line of you can get away with this, but you can't get away with that.
And then, Skip, for me, I loved it. I love Lamar flipping in the end zone. Now, that couldn't be me because I think falling on the ground hurts. If you notice, Skip.
Well, he laughed about it after the game, and he said, I fell on my butt.
It hurts, Skip. Yeah. I never dove for the end zone, tried to stretch, because I'm running at a high rate of speed. That hurts.
Absolutely.
Man, I'm not trying to do that.
Well, I didn't love Lamar because the game wasn't over yet. They were about to go for another 2 and miss that 2. So I wanted him to wait until it was time and then just let it fly.
Right.
But when he was given opportunities after the game to talk, he didn't take any gloating credit for it at all. Like, I finally did this.
Right.
No. He was like, we're on to...
But, like I said, Skip, you and I, we are in agreement. But I think what they're trying to do, they're trying to overcorrect the situation that wasn't out of hand to begin with. That's the thing, Skip. It wasn't out of hand to begin with. They make it seem like guys was in guys' face.
Yep.
Yeah, I beat you. No. I mean, it's just, I didn't really see a need for it.
You were outraged over John Mara's quote a month ago.
And I still am.
This is what came out of that conversation that they were having with the competition.
Right.
This is the result.
But see, Skip, you talk about,
there is no we.
Is that these owners, these 32 of you guys, think that, this somehow damaging the game. No, it's not.
Yep. And obviously they're older white men.
And guess what, Skip? Guess what they do now? At the end of the year when they have the award show, who had the best celebration? They bring them up on stage and they give them a trophy.
Yeah,
that's what NFL did.
I hear you. It complicates things. When we're celebrating it, but we're mad about it. No, I hear you.